right, here we are. Access Podcast, episode number 7. We're here with Tess McLaughlin at Hotel Rome or Burberry, depending on where we are, in the Doma precinct, I guess.
That's it.
So thanks for joining us, Tess. So you got in touch over LinkedIn, which was a nice surprise. Our first request to be on here. So I think you were talking to Pete there. So how did all that happen?
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing the episodes. They're great.
Yep.
It's good to, hear a little bit more about hospitality in Canberra.
Yep.
We're a bit of a forgotten about industry sometimes.
Yes,
so, I was more than happy to be on. Thought I'd come and share a bit of the hotel world with you all. And
I thought that'd be pretty cool because I guess to date we've done just sort of food and beverage kind of things there. So, tell us a bit about hotels.
Yeah.
Or where are we now?
So we're in the Burberry at the moment, up at our new rooftop bar, Layla. It's just been going very well. It's very nice up here.
Yes,
So I'm primarily at Hotel Realm now. Took assistant front office manager position over there.
Yes.
But I did work at both properties before that.
So what's that job role entail? It sounds busy.
Yeah. So second in charge of my department. So it is busy. It's always busy. We're still, trying to build back operations after COVID and get everything running smoothly. We're also really quite a new company, only about 20 years in the hotel side. So, it's a lot of trial and error, but it's been a really, really good time. I've been really loving it here. Yeah,
cool. So, I think most of our chats have started out with COVID, but it's kind of hard not to.
It's hard not to.
Because I did a bit of a stalk on your LinkedIn.
Oh,
and
thank you.
So, it looks like the majority of your hotel career was through COVID. Pretty interesting time to get into it.
Well, that's exactly it. So I finished up my studies, maybe mid 2020. But my first hotel job was a food and beverage attendant, and I started in November 2019.
Yes.
So bushfires came, and then COVID. But bushfires were. It was a bit of a kick in the face. It was a really hard time. We got to the point where we're full occupancy and thinking about throwing mattresses in function rooms so people had a place to sleep. And even working as a waiter through that time, I just, I think it taught you to be kind. Kind to yourself, kind to everybody else. You don't know what people are going through and what they've come from. Really challenging. People obviously not here for leisure and a great time, which is what we want to provide. But so really tough. And then jumping straight into COVID. The hotel I was working for at the time went through a management structure change as well. So we lost a lot of our food and beverage leaders, which was really, really difficult coming back from that last lockdown, pushed me to step up. And that's when I got my supervisor role. Just been on and up from there.
Cool. So why hotels? So from again, not to refer to your LinkedIn, but so it looks like you worked at Subway when you were in school.
My parents actually owned the Subway in Yass.
There you go.
Just make it even better.
That's cool. So, what was that like then? It's obviously you probably learned some good lessons from that.
Absolutely. I mean, I've always been in customer service.
Yes.
So has my family. So my parents were both big leaders at the tradies club, so always been in the hospitality industry. Never really saw myself going down that path. I was like, I'm going to be a makeup artist and I'm going to be an architect. And I'm sitting at work at Subway with Mum one day trying to figure out what I'm going to study. She's like, you can't, you're 16, Tess. You can't just sit here and do nothing. You need to figure it out. And she sits there and goes, well, why don't you study hospitality? I was like, I don't want to be a chef, Mum. She's like, no, front of house hospitality. And I was like, you can do that. That's a job. It's a career. So it all kind of started from there.
Cool. So your folks were hospo.
Yeah. So Dad was bar food and beverage operations manager at the Traders Club. Did the big reno there that they did. Quite a few years back now. Mum did all sorts of stuff. She actually worked with Access for a while, putting people through their Cert 3s and 4s.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, her last job was rooms division manager at the Quality Hotels. So yeah, it was not a planned decision, but of course I've fallen into hospitality, and it's it's my heart. I love it. I love people. I love helping people. And that's it's a great place to be.
So in terms of like tossing up between like a uni pathway and a sort of vocational hospitality pathway. I guess you've kind of already explained that, but so you're sort of enjoying your decision thus far?
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't doing very well in school. Didn't really fit me and how I learnt. So I ended up actually leaving and finishing my year 10 at TAFE and going from a D grade student to winning High Achievers Award in 6 months was huge proud moment for myself. And then I could have gone down those uni pathways, but I didn't really want to waste time doing my year 12 when I could jump into something that I knew I wanted to do. So I really liked the vocational pathways, is very hands-on compared to uni. So I think it was the right call.
So why hotels and not say like a restaurant or a bar or a pub or something?
Good question. Again, kind of just fell into it. So my first role in a hotel was food and beverage. And I remember going into that interview going, oh gosh, I don't want to do front office. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to stick to what I know. And I did that for probably half my career at this point. So throwing in banquets in there as well. But I really like the hotel operations side of it. In front office and working with all those large systems and looking at your revenue and all of that tracking, and it's just a little bit more complex. Gets my brain going, keeps me on my toes. Cool.
So what was the entry level like? It's because you started as a food and beverage attendant, correct?
Yeah, Crown Plaza. It was very entry, but a good time. It was just crazy entering into the hotel world. Like you just never know what it's like until you're in there.
In terms of like the job roles that you do, or the amount of people that you service, or like just everything.
Absolutely, it's just it's like it's people's home away from home. And it's it's not like just working in a restaurant alone, standalone. You're all 10 departments working together to bring one experience. So it was good, but it wasn't just food and beverage and serve people. You're running towels and sheets upstairs and all sorts of interesting stuff depending on the day. But they're a beast, obviously going through COVID as well. My whole career, I don't really know anything else. Which just made me really flexible.
So what sort of characterized, so did you get to see the change of normal operations to COVID?
Absolutely, yeah. I had about 2 months of pure bliss. It was just like, wow, what is this place? This is a whole world in its own. And, you're only just one small piece out of this big operation. I just felt like a tiny little fish. I didn't really know where I belonged. I was also the youngest person employed in the whole. I was the only one under 18. So it was... it was very weird coming in. So how
did that make you? Were you like 21 or 22?
It's my birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Birthday podcast. How good's that?
That's it. So 20 today.
Oh, wow.
Just a baby.
Yeah, right. So what's that? 2003. 2000. Oh, man. No, I was in first year uni. Brutal.
Just a baby. So, it was a lot to come into, and watching it all fall apart. And, it never built back the same. It's a whole different operation now. But, I think it's taught us all a lot of lessons and how quickly things can fall apart. And it was a lot of work to build back, all your operations come to a halt and people leave and move on and decide hospitality's not for them. And for the ones that stuck around, it's been, challenging times to get things back to the place they were. So before all of this, you did some study. So you did, it's like a management certificate at CIT? Yeah, so I did my Cert 3 and 4 in hospitality. And then my Cert 2 in skills for work and vocational pathways.
Oh, cool.
So a couple of bits and pieces.
So what that second one that you mentioned, what does that entail?
So my Cert 2 is basically like equivalent to a year 10.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it's a lot more life-based.
Oh, sure.
You learn how to use Excel and
Yeah,
get
okay.
your driver's license and all
Yeah,
of
okay.
these things, write an email.
Yeah, okay.
So really beneficial for me as,
Yeah, for sure. Like,
life
the
skills.
real skills for your career
Yeah,
sort of thing.
real skills for real jobs,
Yeah, yeah, nice one. So, moving on from the food and beverage attending, what I guess how did you do that? So in terms of, I guess, career progression and professional development and things like that. Did you have a goal in mind to sort of get where you are now? And
yeah, absolutely. I think, I've just played it as it's come.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't really know exactly where I want to be in the future, but obviously in hotels, where's the better question?
yeah.
But as I said, the hotel I was working for at the time went through a big management change. They decided that it would be really beneficial to have team members that could work across front office and food and beverage, which I completely agree with. You can be in the restaurant having a chat to somebody and then walk away and check them in and bring them their keys. You can do more than just be one person. So when they started doing those roles, I was actually, I think, the second person in that hotel at the time to get one of those positions that was front office and food and beverage. So I was doing a bit of both, being a bit of everywhere. And then that progressed into going into a supervisor role. Once we came back from lockdown, where I mainly did the breakfast operations, running the big buffet that they have there. So average about 150 people a day, but those weekends saw lines up the staircase. Scary times.
Yeah, okay. So what was that like? And I guess you're still quite young there. So what's the difference between going from like a subordinate role to being in charge and being accountable and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's trial and error. I'm no perfect person. I just aim to be everyone's friend, really. I just want my team members to feel supported, feel loved. I'm just there to make things go smoothly and make sure that you can do the job that I can do. And that's about it at the end of the day. So, definitely never took these positions to be the leader. I just, a strong face for people to lead on. And, as I said, you're just learning as you go. Operationally, I'm really strong, but, still struggle with those difficult conversations and
okay. So it's all things to learn.
Yeah, it's,
isn't it?
People management's the hardest part about it.
Absolutely.
And we learn and grow as we go.
Yeah, okay. So what's some of your biggest or hardest lessons that you think you've come across?
Yeah, absolutely. Many to tell. I think, definitely going into that supervisor role, my first one was a big kick. We didn't have any other supervisors or managers at the time. So I think, that whole team really relied on me to step up. But even in saying that, at the same time, I've worked a year with them being at their level, and now I'm their superior, and I'm also the youngest in the whole hotel. So really, really tricky to manage that line between, I'm your friend, but I'm also your leader. And navigating that was, really tricky.
And this happened in the context of Crown Plaza?
Crown. Spent quite a bit of time there, definitely. It was a home for me for a long time. I really got my foot in the door, and a lot of appreciation to all the managers there, especially, Michelle, who was working at CIT now. She really took me under her wing and helped me develop my career. So,
nice.
Lots of big challenges. It's hard to, put your foot on one, but definitely just navigating that line between, stepping into supervisory was probably the hardest thing that I've done.
Yeah, cool. So what's the coolest thing that's happened?
Coolest thing
or your favorite thing to reflect on?
Oh my God, I've done so much. I went dragon boating at the start of the year. We went for a charity event. That was really good fun. I think we got third.
That
was good fun. It was good.
Did you have to train for it, or they just chucked you in?
Yeah, no, we did. We did have quite a few training sessions actually.
I was a competitive dragon boater in high school actually.
Oh, I see. You're all over it then. I don't think I was quite that good, but we tried hard. But yeah, I've had all sorts of exciting experiences. I'm going to a ball at the end of the month.
What's that for?
Yeah, the Ronald McDonald charity ball.
Yeah,
so
cool.
yeah, it'll be my first kind of big event.
Yeah,
I'm
nice one.
stepping into senior management, so that's very exciting.
Yep.
But yeah, lots of fun things along the way. I think just seeing how everybody came together after COVID and really worked hard to, those ones that stayed in industry. Just became a bit of a family. So every day's a good day. Every day I walk in with a smile on my face, deal with what comes.
So how did you end up here at the at Realm and Doma and all that sort of stuff, sitting up on a rooftop bar?
That's it. Well, LinkedIn, funnily enough, it seems to be the highlight of life at the moment. So I did a stint at Avenue Hotel on Northbourne after Crown. Really just wanted to get into front office. And Crown couldn't quite offer me the position I was after in that space. So said my goodbyes and took a supervisor position at Avenue. Spent about 5 months there. And then Malachi, my manager now, reached out to me and thought I might be a good fit for a duty manager, and walked into Realm and just went, oh no, what have I got myself into? This place is huge. But yeah, and it's just been that from there.
Wait, so through LinkedIn, like Malachi just saw your profile and just
chuck me a message.
Said g'day.
Yeah.
So you like were you like saying, yeah, I'm looking for a job or anything? Or?
No, wasn't looking. Was quite comfortable. Avenue was great. Still really good friends with everyone there as well. Just really wanted. I think for me, the reason I decided to leave was I wanted more pathways. Avenue is a very small, structured hotel, whereas Realm we've got our events and our HR and, the list goes on. And I just wanted those pathways, but also to build my skills working with other departments and our interpersonal communications. So, it was just more the place for me to be. And wanted that taste of 5-star luxury. So it's not all it cracks up to be. No, it's a good time.
So that's one. Not to harp on the social media thing, but I did notice when I looked your name up, your online presence is very. I don't know how to describe it, like clean. It's like literally just LinkedIn that shows up, and there's no like Instagram, Facebook, or anything like. Just reflecting on my own. Because I grew up through the age of like MySpace and all this sort of stuff. So there's like stacks of embarrassing things, and it took ages for that to like go away.
Absolutely.
So is that something you were conscious of growing up?
Absolutely. Yeah. As soon as I started getting in, I had a bit of a situation once where I posted something that wasn't extremely bad or anything, but named the company and they kind of went, ooh, don't do that. And ever since then I've been extremely cautious about what I put on the internet. I think the internet's an extremely great tool. It's good to have. Everyone can have Facebook and have a great time, but it's super important for me to just keep my professionalism online and my life's my life and my work's my work, and keep those quite separate. So I'm very lucky I don't have any embarrassing stories that I can't get off the internet.
It's I guess it just sort of speaks to the how productive it can be. You get a nice job opportunity like here just from being professional and all that sort of thing. So
that's it. Yeah, LinkedIn's a fantastic tool. I'm glad that it's growing within our industry as well. I've found lots of connections through there and people that I really love and hold close. So it's a great space to be. Yeah,
cool. So what's it like working here? So let's say I'm a new worker of got a job at Hotel Realm, doing anything. What can I expect?
It's fast paced.
Yes.
Never stops. We get very important corporate clientele, so that can be very difficult to manage if you're not used to being around important people. But just say mainly it's extremely fast paced. And there's a lot of people. I'm still struggling to learn everybody's name, and I've been here 7 months. People everywhere.
Do you get a lot of, I'd imagine you get a lot of like politicians and stuff staying here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's the most famous person you've seen?
Oh, Probably can't say, but
Oh, okay, that's cool.
yeah, done lots of sporting teams,
Oh, yeah.
especially my time at Crown.
Yep.
But even here now, we do lots of sporting teams, but yeah, lots of politicians as well. Anytime they're filming something in Canberra, they come and stay with us. Yeah, so lots of fancy people. I've had the AFL Cup sitting in my lobby once, and
Oh, really?
couldn't touch it, so that
Yeah.
was a little bit disappointing. But
Yep. So what's it like working on Melbourne Cup Day? So Access, we use Melbourne Cup as our Christmas party. And so
nice.
we've done like 3 or 4
good
of
day
them.
for a Christmas party.
Yeah, but they're as a user, super fun. But I'd imagine as a service provider, full on.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The preparation that goes into it is crazy. Luckily, not too much to do with my team. We're just there to look pretty, make things go smoothly. But
Yep.
the food and beverage team, they spend months and months
Yep.
preparing for that. And yeah, like there's not really anywhere else in Canberra that does a Melbourne Cup event as big as, we do with private ticket sales and stuff like that. So yeah, big numbers,
Yeah.
lots of prep, but always turns out to be a good time.
Yeah, yeah.
Just remember them wheeling in the big plastic horse. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, what is going on here?
Yeah. So with, obviously, big, busy, high pressure, high expectation place like here, how do you manage that? Do you find it stressful? And when you do get stressed,
Yeah.
how do you deal with that?
Absolutely. I'm a bit of a natural stressor, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
okay.
help.
Yeah.
But, I think it's just really important to take time for yourself and switch off. Going back to that first supervisor role again, taught me a lot of lessons, but I was terrible at switching off. I was at home on my emails 24/7,
Yep.
and I just think it's really important to take time for yourself. But my biggest motto is just, it always works out.
Yeah,
It always
okay.
works out. We'll be overbooked by 11 rooms in the morning, and
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, but then
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it'll work out. No
Yeah.
matter what happens, it'll work out, and it always does. And you go to bed and you wake up, and tomorrow's tomorrow, and it's
Yeah.
a new day, and you smile and keep going.
So
Yeah.
what does switching off entail? Is that like, do not disturb on your phones or?
I wish it was that extreme. Got to be on call in case
Yeah.
anyone needs me. But
Yeah.
I really just try and get my mind away from work. There's more to it than work. It's really easy in this industry because
Yeah.
it is a 24/7 job.
Yeah.
We never stop. We never
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
There's always someone here. There's always something to deal with. So
Yes.
it is really hard to step away, especially when you feel like your team relies on your guidance.
Yeah.
But, giving the tools and the skills to them to feel
Yeah.
equipped and feel like they can handle situations on their own is probably the biggest thing. But, just getting off those emails. Just leave them alone,
Yeah, okay.
which is really annoying because you come back in after 2 days off and there's
Yep.
50 in the inbox and you're like, oh, no. But, good to take time for yourself.
And I guess,
Absolutely.
in the same vein, so like the, aside from switching off, like the work-life balance, how do you manage that for yourself and for your team as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, this is probably the best rusted hotel I've ever worked in.
Yeah.
Spent quite a long time doing those back-to-backs and double shifts and, they're full on and it's really
Yeah.
hard to manage and, working weekends as well. It is that industry where you're lucky to get a weekend off. But we're really good here and we try and rotate it between our staff and everyone gets the time and their preferred days off and I think, we do we've got our wellbeing calendar. So every month we have a new focus. Last month was financial wellbeing. So we had Host Plus come in and do a seminar with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's
talking
cool.
about financial wellbeing and your super and
Yeah.
how to manage all that. We do, I think, weekly classes now at the Hale Gym, which is just kind of behind us that way somewhere.
Oh, cool.
Just for our staff for free. Go in, jump in, get fit. So, always trying to proactively find ways to support our staff's
So
well-being.
is that part of your? Sorry, I did more stalking of your LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Is that the what's it called, the employee assistance program? Is that part of that?
Yeah, so we have an EPA as well. So all of our staff members can access that EPA. I think it's about 6 sessions per year that the workplace will cover. We only brought that in probably about 6 months ago now.
So when you say session, it's like a for like mental health counselling, that sort of stuff. Okay,
yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. So they have quite a few different forms of counselling as well.
Yes.
So they do ones purely directed at management and how to manage leadership and people, which has been really beneficial for myself even. But yeah, just,
so you've utilised said.
I have gone to one, plan on going to more. But I think it's and it's a great thing and it's nothing to be ashamed of. I think we all need a little bit of help sometimes, especially with how the past couple of years have been, and we see some very interesting stuff in hotels. I've had my fair share of polices and ambulances and very, very full-on situations that you don't expect to walk into when you sign up for these kind of jobs. So really just making sure that our staff have that support if they ever need it. It's super important.
So what are those situations like? The sort of, I guess, emergency situations. Do you in terms of reacting to them, do you find your training kicks in, or is it like that movie Snatch where you just make a funny face?
Definitely, it's fight or flight. You know, and I've gotten very good at keeping myself calm and composed in those situations, but can be extremely difficult. Even those customers that get a little bit too aggressive, and trying to navigate that, I think. You just got to make sure that you're on their side. We're a team, and figuring out the best way to help them and help you and move forward it can be really difficult because you stand there and you say the wrong thing and you can blow someone from 1 to 100. So we've just gone through our aggressive customer and armed robbery training here. So Doma's really good at constantly putting us through trainings to assist us manage these situations.
Well, I guess you have to have procedures in place for all for not just the good stuff, but
that's it. But you can never plan for it. Things have. Definitely dealt with some situations that I look back on and go, wow, never knew I was going to deal with something like that. But we get through it and just remember people are people.
So reflecting on your hotel journey thus far, what does today, Tess, say to 2019? Tess,
to 2019,
what advice would you have for her?
Be kind to yourself.
In what sense? Like what you beat yourself up too much, or?
I'm, as I said, I'm good at stressing. I'm a good natural stressor. And I have been really, really critical on myself, even on little things. It's always a struggle to manage, but just definitely, I am a good person and I am good at my job, and those daily affirmations, remind yourself that, you are doing well and, you will get there and you're not a perfect person and, you're going to make mistakes, but learn and grow from them. It's definitely something I wish I had learnt at 16 when I started.
That's it. I guess that's part of it, eh? So
Absolutely.
you got to go through it to find out.
Got to go through the hard yards. That's it.
Cool. So as a guest, what can I expect from Hotel Realm or Burberry or Layla?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're really, really focused on that personalised service. Anything you can and will do to make somebody's stay their own. We love to put our names on our little key wallets so people can contact us directly and really just take a hold of that customer experience. Making sure they know that we're here for them. And you see a lot, people come here for great things, like big birthdays, but people come here for funerals and for all sorts of really challenging stuff. So, at the end of the day, we're all just here to be your friend. Here to make sure that you have a good time. You can expect gorgeous rooms with gorgeous views and all of that luxury that comes with it, and your expensive shampoos and conditioners. But for us, I think it's really about that service, and that's what gets us that 5-star name. The hotel's one thing on its own, but your team's everything. So really just those friendly faces.
Nice. So is there anything you wanted to get off your chest while you were here?
Not particularly, I don't think. I think it's, it's great to be here, great to have a chat and talk about my life. It's, I'm not very good at talking about I'm good at talking, not very good at talking about myself, so it's a bit interesting for me.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So what's on the radar? What's in your future, like long term?
Long term, yeah, I think I'm tossing up whether I'm going to go down the HR pathway or try and get into a general manager position one day, but really just taking it as it comes. And I've done a lot of jumping. I've progressed very quickly for my age as well. Been given a lot of opportunities that I probably wouldn't have if it wasn't for COVID and a lot of people leaving the industry. So I think it's just time to me to sit in this position and really learn and grow and develop. It
seems like that's a bit of a theme for you, sort of preparing yourself to so when the opportunities do come up, you can take them.
Absolutely.
And that's my career mentor. That's like his main saying. I don't know if you I think you messaged Pete to get on here, but he's always that was his thing. It's like put yourself in a position that when opportunities come up, you can take them.
Absolutely.
And it seems like you've
Sounds
cottoned
like a
onto
smart
that.
Man.
Yeah. I wish I knew that when I was 16. Cool. So I guess that's it. What from my end, is anyone else you wanted to shout out and say g'day?
Say g'day. Oh, everyone, my whole team. Love you guys. It's a pleasure to be here. Happy to, be here on behalf of Realm and stuff as well.
Yeah, nice.
Good to get out.
Oh, I guess in that regard. So, being an employee, what's tell us about what's it like working for these guys?
I love it. Yeah, it's super supportive environment. I think I've haven't really had such key mentors before that really care about my development. We've just launched the Future You project, so we're putting people through their Cert 3s, 4s and above with access.
Nice.
Which has been great. I've already got quite a few sign-ups for that. My co-manager's about to start her qualifications. And
cool.
Got a couple of our guest service agents as well. So just really, really positive, supportive environment. And Doma really cares about us and our career. And I think you lose that a little bit in those big corporations sometimes. So it's just, one big family here. Very exciting times for Doma, especially building the hotel in Newcastle, one coming up in Adelaide. So.
Yeah. Actually, I noticed that I was in Newcastle over the Christmas break and rode my push bike through town. I was like, oh, they got one here, and then there was one in Wynyard. I was like, oh, I had no idea.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Now they're popping up everywhere. Doma's doing really well, but working for absolutely one of the best hospitality companies in Canberra. Huge benefit. Happy to be here. Plan on being here for a long time.
So, one thing was you mentioned mentorship. So, it seems like you enjoy being a mentor, but tell us about some of the mentors you've come across.
Absolutely.
And I guess what you've learnt from them.
Of course. I mean, I think Diego, he's been. He'll tell me he hasn't been, but he has been absolutely just my rock since I started with Doma. Really took me under his wing, and I think he said to me, he's like, you just remind me of myself when I was that young, and I just want to look after you. And I think he was an absolute key player for me coming in here.
So what are some key lessons from
Diego? Be flexible, be willing. I've had to pull some crazy shifts here and there and really step up and, taking accountability and responsibility and owning your department. Really, your job in itself. yeah, it's good to just have someone to constantly lean on for support. You know, hey, can you read over this email for me? I don't know if it's quite what it needs to be.
Yeah.
Even just simple stuff like that. I know he's always around the corner when I need him. And same with Malachi as well, who's our rooms division manager. Has really just been on my side the whole way. So
Yeah, cool.
You know, and I wouldn't be in this assistant front office manager position if it hadn't been for their support. I think even in those first 3 months with Domo, I really learned a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a great opportunity to have them.
Yeah. So your assistant manager job role, what is that? What's that look like on a day to day?
On a day to day, I do a lot of duty manager shifts. That's my main day to day, being on the desk, being involved. But it's just those little things in the background, you know. Building up your standard operating procedures and getting things happening and rolling and auditing rooms and, you know, all of that fun stuff, staying on top of your maintenance. And so a lot of just customer focus, but I deal a lot with, you know, building up those operations and, you know, our people coming in and out. So, yeah, I'm our key onboarding trainer, I guess. So everyone new that's coming in now is
that's quite a good you get to really sort of shape the organisation from the entry point, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think it's, you know, really beneficial for somebody when they come in to have that strong face for their first week on every shift with them, being their friend, really gives them somebody to lean on and feel supported by, but also consistency in their trainings. So, it's been really beneficial.
You see any prospective superstars coming in?
Lots of prospective superstars. We have a fantastic team. You know, some of them are really wanting a career here. Some of them are studying at uni and doing other things. But you know, I think everybody needs to work a hospitality job.
Yes.
You know, it teaches you a lot of life skills. And I just, don't think you'll ever understand what it's like until you've done it. So very beneficial for anyone, but definitely got a couple of superstars on my radar and really hoping to take them under my wing and be that mentor for them. So very exciting times. Yeah.
So what do you say to the people that don't see hospitality as a career? You know, there's quite often
people.
For like students and stuff, it's like transient employment sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you know, for sure, you can have a career. You know.
Absolutely, I think it's such an overlooked industry, completely overlooked industry. I'm a bar manager. Oh yeah, you're a bar manager. Like that's how people see it. There's so much stigma around this industry, but I think it truly is one of our biggest and most needed and necessary industries. Like what would you do if you couldn't go out for dinner for your birthday? Gosh, you'd be lost. So you know, it is a career, and there are really big pathways and good money in it, and you know, there is absolutely, I think, you know, when people look at me and they go, you're not really doing much, I'm like, well, you just don't know what it's like. So you know, just changing that stigma. It is a career and I'm proud of where I am, and teaching other people that they can have that too. Yeah,
man, that's cool. So if I was a young person looking for a job, how would I go about seeking to get one here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're quite flexible. You walk in with your resume and we'll make sure it gets to the right place.
Cool.
I've went for a talk at CIT to, you know, talk about DOMA and to their students. And we've got a lovely girl from CIT now working as a food and beverage attendant in our restaurant. We just did our recruitment day as well. So,
cool. What constitutes a recruitment day?
Yeah, we've got a lot of positions at the moment.
So is it like an open day, like people can just come and you have like stands set up and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. We had an open day. I wasn't actually here for it, unfortunately. But pretty much anybody could come in with their resume that was looking for a job. I think our biggest motto is that we, you know, hire the personality and train the skill.
Yeah, okay.
And I really live by that, even though that's DOMA staying. I completely agree with them. You know, I can teach anyone how to use a computer system. I can not teach anyone how to have a personality. Absolutely. Anyone's welcome to put the hat in the ring here, and as long as you've got a personality. That's a key point.
Cool. Sweet. Well, I guess we might leave it there if there's nothing else you wanted to say.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thanks so much for having me.
And thanks so much for having us in this lovely venue. Let's show everybody around.
Yeah.
But no, it's been great. Thank you very much.
No, you're most welcome. Thank you.